This is Jeff, our volunteer, and today with our Act Now Nourishing Ourselves Holistically series, Jeff is going to teach us how to build hydroponic towers. You can purchase a Hydro Tower kit at the Urban Farming Institute in Oakland Park, Florida. You want to begin by installing your ground cover. Place ground cover on the ground and use staple and washers to secure the ground cover. Space staples approximately every 3 feet. The first step in tower installation is to mark on the ground cover where each ground rod will be installed. Ground rods should be spaced 36 to 42 inches apart. Begin by placing a 1/2-inch bolt into the top of the ground rod. Be sure to hammer on the bolt to make sure the ground rod keeps its shape. Hammer the ground rod until it is 3 or 4 inches above ground. Next, place 3/4 inch bolt into the top of tower steel. Place tower steel over the ground rod and hammer 15 inches into the ground. After the install, the tower steel should measure 45 inches from the ground to the top.
The ground pot, this is a riser, and now we are going to slide the ground pot over your tower steel and just drop it all the way to the ground. And then the next thing, you're going to do the same thing with your riser, slide it over the tower steel and slide it all the way down. Here is the swivel, and then next to it is going to be the tower steel extender. So the first thing we're going to do is just slide the swivel all the way down so it sits on top of the riser, and then insert the extender into the tower steel. And now we're ready to install our pots. Every tower should receive 4 pots, and you'll notice these pots have a little groove in them, so they fit right on top of each other. Slide the pot all the way down, and then the second pot will fit right on top, and then you'll just do that with the rest of your pots. Each kit is going to have 4 towers. So as you can see, we have our 4 towers right there, and each tower will be built the same exact way, obviously.
This is a diffuser pot, so it's the green pot with the holes in the bottom, and then this would be the diffuser sleeve.
First, going to slide the diffuser pot all the way down so it gets inside your pot, followed by the diffuser sleeve. And this is a PVC tee, and this is going to go right on top of your tower. And then you're going to do this same setup as I mentioned for the other 3 towers. But we'll continue to show you the setup with this one. You're going to take the 20-foot poly and we're going to slide it through the top of the tee. And then this is how you'll connect the rest of the towers together. So each poly goes through each top of the tee.
After you have threaded the long striped poly through the top of each tower, kink one end of the striped poly to close off the flow. Use zip ties to secure kink. Begin installing emitter by marking on the poly a 3-finger distance beginning from the edge of the tee. Punch a hole into the mark on poly. Insert emitter in punched hole.
Next, you want to slide up the emitter sleeve. So remember, that was the black sleeve we already installed. Slide the emitter hose into the emitter sleeve. A couple things that you want to remember is the hole punch should go on the side that's closest to the flow of the water. So we're going to build our reservoir. So you can see that there's 2 holes on the top of the trash can lid, and we have a small hole for where the poly will insert, and then the larger hole is where the cord from the pump will come back out. So now we're going to build our pump.
Put our pump parts together.
So you're going to take your pump out of the box, and then we are going to insert the screw end of the reducer into the top of the pump.
Just thumb tight.
And now, so we're going to insert the poly over
Enough so you can get it off.
the reducer, place that into your reservoir, and then slide your top with the poly going through the larger hole. Smaller hole.
Now
I'm not putting this in far.
No.
It's bitch to get out.
There you go.
You ready?
Yep. Attach the greenback valve to one end, and then attach to your long poly, which is then attached to the tops of your towers going through the T. Now we're installing the timer. So this is an outdoor timer. You want to use a zip tie to attach the timer to the handle of your receptacle. So remember the pump that we placed inside the receptacle, the plug or cord is going to come out through the receptacle and plug right in here to the timer. And then you're going to use an extension cord to plug into the timer itself. There is battery backup in the timer in the event that you lose power, but remember you do have to install AA batteries that are not included in the kit. Is perlite. So now we're working on filling the pots. You're going to do an 80-20% mix. So you want 80% perlite and 20% coconut fiber. So first, add the perlite. Use your hands to make sure that it's spread evenly around. And remember, you don't want to compact it, so you want to just tap the sides like this so it falls evenly to your side. Next, we have the coconut fiber, and so we are going to add that on top of our perlite. So remember, it's 80% perlite, 20% coconut fiber. Do not compact the coconut fiber, slap it to bring it on down. Now, we do suggest filling from the bottom pot first. We are going to show the seeding technique. If you have any more questions about seeding, you know you can refer to our video earlier in the series where John talks about seeding. Today we're doing radishes. Great crop to grow during the summer. 25 days until they're ready to be harvested. So the first thing you want to do is start with your left-handed stick. It's very important that you have a left-handed stick. Make a little bit of an indentation into your coconut fiber. And you are going to plant one seed. It's very important to plant only one. Slide it right into the little indentation, and then you can use your stick to cover up the seed. And remember, the towers turn. That's the great part of the swivel. And so you can turn it as you go around. So this is what a fully assembled tower should look like. Notice the ground pot on the bottom. You can also fill that with perlite and coconut fiber. You have your 4 pots, and then it's also connected to the other towers.
And this is how you build a hydroponic tower. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, follow us on Facebook, and if you have any questions, send us a message.